And away we go. Georgia in gray and George Mason in the dark green and black. Noah Bauman getting the start for Georgia up front. Dogs without Jalen Ingram, one of the program's top players, was injured last time out. Christian Wright, the freshman. And here's Bridges. Goes right in on Oduro with the double team. It rolls off. And the loose ball will go Georgia's way. Well, Bridges, I don't know if he's officially ambidextrous, but he's about 60-40 lefty-righty. He's as good a combo with that left hand and right as you'll see in the college game.
It's tough when you're that low post defender against him. The scouting report's going to tell you he can go either way. It's tough to guard. You got to be really disciplined in the post, not leave your feet too soon. He will work you hard down there. Good to see Georgia come out, going right into the post to start the game.
See Aaron Cook running the point. He is 8th to the NCAA in assists. Misfires there. And it's Devontae Ticket Gaines who is on the boards.
I like that Ticket Gaines. I like it.
And he loves to go by Ticket. And the three is up and in. The big Ticket gives George Mason the early lead.
Well, we're going to see a lot of threes tonight. Georgia defenders better have their hands up and be really solid in their closeout game.
There you see the Georgia 5 with Bauman sliding in with the injured Ingram. And this Bulldogs team has played its best offense with Cook and Wright, 2 point guards on the floor together. Bauman's going to get 3 free throws off of this one as the first will be on Deshaun Schwartz. And when you got Cook and Wright together, first of all, Cook has played in so many games. He's the elder statesman. Wright is the true freshman. They've added a little spice to this Georgia backcourt.
They really do. Again, they're kids that are thinking assists all the time. They're team players. They're trying to make their teammates involved in the offense. So again, when they're on there, it's double trouble for the defense without a doubt. And Cook, Cook has shown that he can hit the three, loves to drive, so he feels comfortable over that 2-guard spot when Wright's in the game with him.
Bauman now 3 out of 4 on the season from the free throw line. And with most teams not playing during final exams, you have a lot of games compressed together and then these breaks. So both of these teams have been off 10, 11 days.
As you get them through exams, they really got a chance to grow. The coaches have really had a chance to work on, look at different things, maybe put a new little zone defense in, put a little out of bounds plays in. Really got a chance to grow your team during the exam break.
Well, you coached for so long, and a lot of coaches will tell you once the season starts, fundamentals can slip because you're so focused on the game prep.
You really are. So, again, nice play, out of bounds play, baseline out of bounds play. George Mason got a good back cut right there.
Ticket Gaines has 5 points. He averages 10.9. And Cook will draw the foul out high. This is going to be on Johnson. That'll be his first and the team's second.
That's his first. George Mason's first. Georgia will maintain possession of the basketball.
So Georgia, George Mason meeting for the first time ever. There you see Aaron Cook. By Johnson, then George Mason switches. Bridges with the high screen. Cook passes up the three, the dribble drive. Floater in the lane is good. Veteran play.
It really is. Nice shot fake there on the closeout. Got by him under control. He's had a few issues this year with charges. I mean, a little bit out of control in his drive, but really under control right there. Read the defense. Nice pull up, Jay.
Cook guarding Cooper. Oduro stepping out beyond the arc. Johnson with the drive and the kick out. Here's Gaines again. He's feeling it. The Ticket has 8.
He averages almost 11 a game. He's got 8 already. He is definitely feeling it. He likes Athens, Georgia so far.
Here's Cook over to Bauman. Quindo, who is a high riser. Right, a good job keeping the dribble there. A little out of control. Oduro to the window. He averages just under 7 rebounds per game. Gaines just misses on that one, trying to get to double figures in the first 3 minutes. Quindo on the run, out of control. And a rebound. Thought we had a shoe almost slide up down there. And Oduro with boards on back-to-back defensive stops for Mason. Quindo falls again. And Oduro gets open. Georgia got lost. And when it's 5-on-4, somebody's going to be open. Oduro's definitely the guy you don't want to leave open.
And coaches are always talking, preaching communication and transition defense, so vital right there. Quindo had fallen down the other end. Obviously, he was not going to be able to find his man, track his man. They need to communicate. Somebody be telling, hey, I got yours, you get mine, whatever. But lack of communication right there in Georgia transition defense. George Mason took care of that. Beautiful pass inside of Oduro. Nice finish for the young man.
All right, Oduro, 34 out of 51. I'm going to get Coach Schlonaker's take on this. So he's getting to the line an average of 5 times a game, and he converts the old-fashioned three-point play. Leads the team in free throw attempts, and you would expect that. But with all the threes that Mason shoots, they're not going to get to the line a ton. When he's getting to the line, that's good news for the Patriots.
Yeah, exactly right. He's their inside guy. To make the three-point shooting effective, you got to have that inside presence right there, and he is it. Again, Team Georgia's got to respect that. Georgia's going to decide they're going to play him one-on-one in the post, or they're going to try to double down on him. They double down, then you got to choose your poison because there's going to be a pass out for a 3.
Quindo with the drive. And deep, finds Bauman in the corner. Misfires, and Oduro, the rebound on a 3rd consecutive trip. Johnson with the drive against Abdur-Rahim. Misses from the elbow. Here's Bauman. Jabri Abdur-Rahim is averaging less than 2 a game. He scored 45 points in Georgia's last 3 contests. Cook for a 3, no good. So Georgia's gone cold. It's 11-4 Mason. Dogs are just 1 field goal so far. And there's the man, Devontae Ticket Gaines. He's already got 8. And Gaines now with 9 points. And George Mason's leading Georgia 12-4.
Coach English really recruited some hard-nosed kids and tough guys. So again, no surprise them go with a good start. They've already beaten Maryland this year. They've been on the road, had some tough losses. Again, beating Navy is better than you think it was. Navy went to Virginia and beat them. Again, this is a tough team right here. And Georgia's got their hands full. They're going to have to step up their game here, so they're making some shots.
Bridges with the drive and offensive. He lowered the shoulder. In this day and age of college basketball, when the shoulder gets lowered, it's an easy call for the official.
It really is. I like that call. I don't like when the defender runs from 4 feet away and runs and claims the spot of a guy who's already launching to go to the rim. I hate that. But that's legitimate there defensively. And offensive players trying to dislodge you, gain an advantage, then they need to be penalized and charged for that call.
Xavier Johnson over to Gaines. Ronald Polite III into the lineup for George Mason. Polite with a nice kick out. Schwartz back to Polite in the lane. Gets cut off by Original, but gets the shot to go. But George Mason in control. A 10-point lead just over 5 minutes in.
And they haven't had to shoot threes to do it. They're 2 for 3 from the three-point line. They're taking it to the hole right now. They are attacking Georgia with the dribble drive, getting high percentage shots.
Georgia just 1 for 7, and the Bulldogs with only 1 offensive rebound. Abdur-Rahim misfires, and George Mason with a chance to extend this 10-point lead. With Xavier Johnson. Schwartz for 3, cans it. Build his program here, clearly coming out with a style. It's going to be attractive to recruits.
No doubt. He's already recruiting his home area, that Baltimore area, hard, DC area. He's got some great players. He's got a top 40 player, I believe, in the early signing period.
Quindo, no good long. I'll tell you another thing that's been great with all the conference expansion and the shifting. That's quickly down the floor for Davon Cooper, who knocks it down, and it's Mason by 15. But the old Colonial, which got broken up some, it's terrific to see all these teams from the Virginia and D.C. area now. Most of them, at least, are back in the same league.
They really are. The A-10 is strong. There's some good teams with unbelievable fan bases. Fans are great. Everything about their atmosphere is terrific. They play some serious basketball in that conference.
And that's going to be a trip. I believe this will be on Cooper, and it is. And we're talking with the folks from George Mason. Of course, Dayton's had such a great program. St. Bonaventure looks to be the team to beat this season.
Yeah, they had a really surprising bad loss yesterday. Got beat pretty bad, but they've been on the fringe of ranked 20th, 21st in the country. Again, A-10 they're dedicated to basketball. They're serious about it there. Again, Coach Eagles, I asked him, I said, But you recruit out of the region for your high school kids. No way. We're in the best talent pool in the country, I feel like. Your transfer portal might bring a guy in from a different region, but high school-wise, they're strictly going for their area guys. And the people in that area, high school coaches and AU coaches and programs, they have a lot of respect for George Mason and the program.
Abdur-Rahim short on that one, and Georgia just can't get anything to go. No second looks as Original will not touch that one out. Okay, good job by Dalen Ridgel. I thought it was off of him. Good job communication there by the officials. And it'll be the Bulldogs ball down 15. And Slide, here sometimes when you're a coach, well, what play do you go? We got to get a play where the ball goes into basket.
That's right, exactly. Those are the best ones. That's the first turnover for George Mason in the game, and Georgia only has one. The offensive charge by Bridges.
And there you go, Bridges finishing. Cook with the assist.
Yeah, nice seal, little pick and roll. Bridges took the opportunity to get a really nice roll. Cook with a good look inside.
Paul Hartwell into the lineup. He wears number 10. Another 3-ball for Mason. This one won't go. The rebound will be tipped out to Georgia.
It's Georgia basketball.
So the big lead for George Mason has been 15 points at 19-4. Georgia trying to get back-to-back buckets for the first time. Georgia with just 2 field goals in 11 tries.
We thought about it before, Jeff. Georgia right now with 12 to go in the half. Just got to reel them back in. Just chip away a point or two a minute. Get this thing back under 10 points. Get in a reasonable range. Get it down to 6 or 7.
Nice
Get
pass
the Bridges all you can. There you go.
That was excellent ball movement there by Georgia. And Bridges able to get the seal and then the natural turn towards the baseline.
Again, Duro goes out of the game, and they go right at Bridges. Back-to-back possessions. Get him opportunities in there. Really good look by Cook.
And that foul on Malik Henry. Let's say this is textbook post play.
Yeah, strong move, stood the contact, still be able to finish. Again, good job by Coach Crean. That last time out, I'm sure he said, look, guys, we haven't been hitting jump shots. Let's get the ball into Braylon Bridges. Let's get some high percentage shots. Let's calm this game down a little bit. Then we'll go back to taking some jump shots into our mix.
Bridges has been working really hard on the free throw stroke. And Georgia's cut it down to 10, 5 straight for the Bulldogs. Mason's got deeper into their bench than we thought.
They really have. We didn't expect to see too many players, but they're rotating them in. Everybody a little taste of it tonight.
Cooper for 3. Original with the rebound for Georgia. Dogs can get this down to single digits.
And Georgia went zone that time. And with a smaller lineup, they got to choose if they're going to play zone or try to match up man-to-man all the time.
They triple team Bridges, and he made the cardinal sin of putting it on the floor. And the Dogs turning it over for the second time. Schwartz with the pull-up. And there's Original going up high to grab the board. Second chance for Georgia to get it back to single digits. Aaron Cook, the veteran, so much experience coming over from Gonzaga. Good kick into the corner. Excellent ball movement. And Abdur-Rahim with the wide open switch.
And again, that's a result of that presence of Braylon Bridges. Last couple of possessions with his touches. George Mason's looking to dig down in that post. Great ball movement by Georgia. Make that extra pass. Jackson Eder get that one extra look. Abdur-Rahim wide open. Here's the zone again.
8-0 Georgia run. Cooper coming over for the 11-minute mark of this first half. Johnson spins. The ticket gain.
Finish shots. He needs touches down there. Let him get us back in the game. Once you establish that, then get back to shooting the jump shots. We get that 3 for Abdur-Rahim.
That's a great inbounds play from Johnson to Schwartz, and the shot clock was at 6, and Mason's able to get a 3 to push the lead back to 10. Tom Crean not happy with that.
That's 5 points off a baseline out of bounds plays by George Mason. Great job by Coach English and his staff.
Christian Wright, the freshman. Original. Foul line jumper. Off the back iron, can't get the roll. Loose ball. Great hustle by Christian Wright to the floor. Bodies everywhere. I believe we'll have a jump. And it'll go to George Mason. Saw Original, the junior college transfer. Unusual to see. Of course, George is famous for the red and black. He's got the orange shoes on.
Oh, don't get me started, Jeff. Don't get me started. Get my blood boiling. That should not happen.
There you see Kim English with that background at the University of Missouri. So much terrific basketball in that DC metro area. Talking about Ralph Sampson, and I'm about to throw one at you here. There's a nice move inside by Schwartz, kicking it back out to Johnson. This one won't go. Eder with a Georgia rebound. Write down some rosters with all these games coming up, and I saw a player from Petersburg, Virginia, home of the great Moses Malone.
Moses.
That was my guy growing up. I loved Dr. J in the 76, the 1983 76ers.
They were special.
Here's Wright over to Eder. And that pass will go out of bounds to Mason. Now, with you growing up in New Jersey, depending on where you are in Jersey, you could be heavy Philly, you could be heavy New York.
I'm New York. Oh, yeah, I lived in that right across the from Staten Island where I was. I'm New York oriented. Growing up, Giants and
the Giants. That's where Slod's heart is with the blue.
Yeah, Knicks. I converted to the Braves many years ago. But, yeah, Knicks and Giants. But Adoro hasn't gotten a touch. Georgia's gotten in that zone. He hasn't been able to touch the basketball. So it's been effective, forcing George Mason just to three-point shots.
Mason leads by 10. Christian Wright with a good move to the hole, and the freshman can't finish. Did everything right, but it didn't go down. Mason secondary transition. Schwartz three, yes. He's got 3 threes. Gaines has got 2. Georgia had cut it to 7. Now Mason builds a lead back to 13.
The best ways to beat a zone is get that transition offense going out there, get them before they can set up. Exactly what George Mason did.
Jackson Eder is a very good shooter. Abdur Rahim, great extension, and it just won't go down. Loose ball going to Gaines. Mason with numbers. Schwartz for another 3. He's got 4.
All those nail biters, they had 3 of those games they lost in that stretch that were literally to the last possession of the game. And they just need some confidence, feel that wind, get that locker room jumping a little bit.
Here's Eder for a 3. That's good. Oh, did Georgia need that? Well, in the Bulldogs, with the exception of one game, Georgia's been in every one of them. Got beat pretty bad by Northwestern 78-62. As Gaines drives and turns it over, probably should have just gone to the hole and shot that one. Cook from the elbow, no good. And there's the ticket.
Yeah, one thing Coach Crean has pointed out, and it's just so obvious when you watch Georgia play, they play hard. They generally like each other. They're coachable. They're listening to the coaching staff. Again, you keep giving effort. You like each other. You play hard. These things are going to transcend into building your program and winning some games.
Schwartz for 3. No good this time, and Cook in for the rebound. George Mason is led by as many as 16 points here tonight. Patriots on top, 28-15. There's Oquendo. Sure, George would like to get Oquendo going, get him out in transition and cutting towards the basket. Eder fakes the 3. Oquendo for the deep tray. That's no good. Strong side rebound to Wright. Attack. It's a great stat out there that over the last decade, as Bridges has that one tipped away, and it'll go out of bounds, that Georgia golfers for alumni have the most wins on tour with 38. The school with the second most, it's Coastal Carolina, all by Dustin Johnson.
That's right.
But Chris Kirk, a big part of that. And all of those Bulldog golfers, they are die-hard red and black fans. You name the sport. Now they're going to figure out what's going on with the shot clock. Tom Crean said, hey, that was a change of possession.
I know, you got to fight for it. You got to fight for it.
It's down to 9. Georgia down by 13. George Mason is taking and making from distance. Cook, got to hurry. Oquendo to Wright. Don't know if that would have counted. Gaines with the rebound. That might have been one of those where they would have gone back and checked later. And by the way, I like that the officials do that now. Yes. They don't stop the flow of the game.
That's right. George opting to double down on Adoro. They're really trying to do everything they can to limit him and scoring opportunities tonight.
Polite into the corner. That is no good there for Otis Frazier. They are going deep. Right. Cool. 6.5 to go. George Mason leads by 13. Nifty reverse layup, Jackson Eder.
Yeah, really nice move by Jackson Eder. He loves to drive that baseline, those reverse layups, using that rim as protection. And really good move, really good action, get a high percentage shot.
We have seen a couple of bursts from George Mason here. They got out to a 19-4 lead. Georgia got it down to 7. Oduro with a nice move. It won't go, but the foul will be number 2 on Braylon Bridges.
Jackson Eder does a good job. He saw the overplay by the defender, Schwartz. Read it, knew he had that opening to the baseline. Again, great finish, using that rim as protection from a block shot. Really nice finish by Jackson Eder.
Second time to the line here for Oduro. He's got 3 points.
Bridges with that second foul. Coach Queensland made a decision here. If he subs him out, he's going to go awfully small. Leaves him in. Run that wrist. You know, Oduro hadn't had an inside touch in ages. It feels like. He got the one touch against the zone. They doubled down on him. He got rid of it. That's the first time he really had a scoring opportunity in the post. No double team. He was able to draw the foul on Bridges.
The way George Mason shoots a 3, you feel like Oduro could be one of those guys you look up in the middle of the second half and think, well, he really hadn't been dominant. And you looked at it, the stat sheet, and he'll have 15 points and 7 rebounds. He's on track for a night like that.
Absolutely. Starts getting some offensive rebounding, especially if Bridges gets in foul trouble. And he's going to have an opportunity. The door's going to open for him to.
Well, I know what Kim English is liking most about Oduro's stat line right now. He's got 4 defensive rebounds. It's George Mason with a 30-17 lead. Just under 6 to play in the first half. Cook with a nice move, and Oduro with a block, and there's his 5th defensive rebound. Polite on a cut to Schwartz. Oduro moving nicely inside. Bridges with the block at the board. Oquendo doubled. Abdur Rahim into the corner. 3 from Cook. Short. 6 boards for Oduro.
And Schwartz recognized that Bridges had his second foul. He was determined, smart, high basketball IQ basketball. Got right in there to Oduro, trying to get Bridges with his 3rd. Georgia back to the man-to-man.
Here's Oduro. He's going to face up. Bauman with the help. The jump stop in the finish. Shot clock got all the way down to 5, and Ronald Polite with his 2nd basket. Polite's barely even on the stat sheet. Bridges. George Mason jumps into the double, and Georgia turns it over. And that's going to be a foul on Oquendo. Got a little physical. That's what he's going to kick himself over that one, because the little guy, Hartwell, he had stumbled and lost his balance. Foul wasn't really necessary.
No, just let him have it. Reposition, get spot. You know, Bridges is a very good passer out of the post. And, you know, as the season progresses, with how good a player he is, he's been down there. He's going to draw those double teams. He got a little anxious quick. The rule of thumb is if your man goes to double the post, make a basket cut. And that's what Georgia does, and do it very successfully. At that time, George Mason really rotated from the weak side, strong, and was able to cover and get the steal.
So Polite averaged 2.4 per game last year. He has not played this season. This got to be a deal first game after final exams, as that long one won't go. Oquendo with the rebound. Oquendo with the dribble drive, and the banker will go. And that's one of those 2 that can catch off guard. He's probably not even on the scouting report. Comes off the bench, he's got 2 buckets.
That's right.
32-19, George Mason with the ball to 13-point lead. Cooper with the high screen from Henry. Good hesitation and head fake. Johnson to Schwartz. 10 to shoot, 4 to play, half number 1. Johnson to the trailer. Schwartz again. This one's going to be short. Bridges with the board.
Bridges got away with a push in the back right there. Very fortunate.
Oquendo into traffic. That is excellent defense underneath by the Australian Blake Jones, 6'10", out of the capital of Canberra. Jones is one of those players with the upside.
He does. Nate Tomlinson, the assistant coach, played at Colorado, from Australia. Got him in there.
And Malik Henry can't finish. Georgia down 13. Right corner 3. Abdur Rahim giving Georgia the lift.
A really nice job by Abdur Rahim. He read Schwartz, gave a little fake, made Schwartz drop his hand, and exploded. He's got a quick release. He gets really from his chest to the release point very quick.
Pure stroke. His father, Sharif, an all-time great prep player here in the state of Georgia, had an incredible NBA career. Longs within 10. Johnson to Cooper. Cooper, nice feed underneath. The easy finish for Schwartz, who has 14.
Yeah, Quindle got caught just watching the ball, not seeing the ball in man. Schwartz cut behind him right there. Beautiful read by Cooper. And Georgia needs to get a touch to Bridges here. Again, just reel this thing in, get it underneath 10 points by halftime. Try to build a little momentum going into the second half.
And as Slod said earlier, Georgia rolled the dice a bit with Bridges playing with the 2 fouls, and looked like he got away with one. Bauman for 3. Oh, Mason taken and make it.
They are. Dogs are fighting back, though. Got it down underneath 10 points. Again, it's shaping up. We expected a really close game. Good game coming in. Had some ebbs and flows to it. Georgia back in that zone. I think this game is going to tighten up.
Here's Josh Aduro kicking it out. Cooper for a long 3. Won't go. And Bridges to the boards for Georgia. It's his 4th rebound, all the defensive end. Georgia got off to a cold shooting start. Got down 19-4. Cut it down to 7 as Bauman will launch a 3 and make it. He's got 8. That's his 2nd straight, Trey, and Georgia's within 6.
Here come the Dogs. 3 straight threes. Going back that zone. Georgia's not giving up an offensive rebound tonight. A heck of a job. I think maybe one on stat sheet I'm looking at. I don't see any, but they've done a great job of defensive glass. Backing in those threes to get back in it.
Georgia fell behind 28-12. That was a 9-0 George Mason run. Dogs have outscored the Patriots 16-6 since. Good head fake underneath of the finish by Davon Cooper.
A good read by Cooper getting in the middle of that zone. Little guy, but he had Bridges there trying to get him off his feet. And he did. But Bridges was disciplined enough not to make that 3rd foul.
Both Bauman and Abdur Rahim with a pair of 3s for Georgia. Jackson Etter with a crossover. Bridges against Aduro. Great matchup there. Bridges finishes with the right hand. We talked about this. Bridges just so fluid with both hands.
He really is. And right there, it was all about positioning. He really worked Aduro up the lane, got him on his right shoulder, right hip, sealed him. That pass came in a perfect place. He was able just to explode to the hoop and finish.
Johnson, nice pass. Oduro to answer. Love watching these guys play.
They're going right at Bridges. They're trying to get that 3rd foul before the half's over. It didn't work, but they were going for it.
Oduro now with 7 points and 6 boards. Georgia playing for the final shot. There's Aaron Cook. Under 10 to go. Bridges quickly doubled. Cook with 4. Bauman opening a great block from behind. Oduro
out, playing a smaller lineup, and he's been harping on those guys. You must box out. And they're doing a fantastic job tonight controlling the defensive boards.
For a team that shoots as many 3s as George Mason does, you're going to have long shots, you get long misses. Georgia goes right to the well with Bridges. That low pass causes a tie-up, and that'll be a turnover right out of the gate to George Mason.
And you can see right there just the attention Bridges draws. I mean, again, Coach Crean wants to come out of the start of the second half with a touch to Bridges, get a high percentage shot, low post touch. But George Mason swarmed him. Georgia's going to start in that zone defense, 2-3 zone.
And Cario Oquindo just 1 for 6 with 2 points for Georgia. His game is out in the open floor. As that 3 is good, and George Mason draws first blood the second half. Davon Cooper now with 7. And there's a whistle on the run, and Christian Wright will get to the line.
And Jeff, just what we talked about at halftime. This play right here is the presence of Aduro. Oquindo respects it. He cheats 1 extra step to Aduro. Leaves just enough gap for this 3-point shot to get off by Cooper. Again, that's just Oduro's presence. Nothing he did there shows up in the stat line, but that he created that 3-point shot with his presence and his ability in the low post.
Yeah, we've seen it. You mentioned it last time the ball on Georgia's end went to Bridges. A trio of Patriots converge. You're seeing when Bridges or Oduro, when they're getting the touch, it's at least a double team.
Absolutely. So much respect for each player by both coaching staffs.
That's Christian Wright's first point. Really had his coming out party at Georgia's upset win over Memphis.
He really did. He played an outstanding, best game of the season. He has got such a bright future. Leader, unselfish, plays hard.
So the lead is 9 at 41-32. There's a nice pass and an even better finish from the ticket. Devontae Gaines, he's got 11. But he got off to such a hot start as Oquendo is fouled on the play. But it was 11-4, and Gaines had 8 points. That's his first bucket since early in the game. After Gaines, it was Schwartz who got hot.
George Mason in the first half against the zone settled for just passes around the perimeter, three-point shots, didn't get really much inside touches. You can see the halftime adjustments by Coach English and the staff right away. That hard look to Oduro, sucked the window in, opened up the three for Cooper, and then that time right there, again, get Gaines in behind the zone on that baseline right there, get him a high percentage shot.
Christian Wright with a crossover. Cook draws a crowd. Bauman for his third three, gets it. Georgia back within 8. That was a margin at intermission. And George Mason's biggest lead tonight has been 16, and they have led from the get-go. Devontae Ticket Gaines with a 3 to start it. Cooper's pull-up won't go. Bridges might have gotten away with a foul there. So he rebounds, and Georgia trying to cut even deeper into this George Mason lead. Dogs did get as close as 6 in the final minute of that first half. Good back cut there. Oquendo, it won't drop.
He stepped out of bounds.
So the turnover before the shot. Let's take a look at Bauman's 3.
And great penetration by Cook, and he's always got his eyes up, looking for where he can make the next pass. Bauman just stretches that defense out. Recovery area in the closeout too long. Bauman really showing what he's got. He had an illness a couple weeks ago. He had to sit out. Didn't really look at full strength physically, but he looks great tonight. Draining those 3 threes so far.
That was Cook's 5th assist. He's 8th in the nation, 6.8 assists per game. Beautiful turnaround. Oduro, it won't go, but there's Gaines with the tip. Slot, he's scored in spurts.
Yes. First offensive rebound tonight, too, for Mason.
A great time there for the Patriots. Cook passes on the tray, finds Bauman. The dribble drive. Cook will set the feet for 3. Missed it. Might be looking at a double-double tonight for Oduro. This is 7th rebound, go along with 7 points. Nice fake and cut, and the lefty finish from Schwartz. He's got 16.
Oh, he's played a heck of a game. Again, they're going at Bridges, try to get that 3rd foul. You know he's not going to be as aggressive defensively. Boy, he really tempoed that with a great finish.
George Mason by a dozen. As Cook gets in deep. Not great spacing there by Georgia. Bridges gets fouled. This will be the 2nd on Gaines. Let's take a look at Schwartz here.
Little up and under, a little dipsy doodle. Yeah, looks like old school move right there from the playground. So it's great. Great read, great patience. He saw the gap there, drew Bridges to him. Bridges does not want to get that 3rd foul. He knew it, was able to step by him, make a great finish.
So if George Mason can win this game tonight, before Christmas, the Patriots would have wins over both Maryland and Georgia. That looks pretty sporty, and it'll look really good in the media guide 10, 20, 30 years from now as Bridges misses the foul shot.
Absolutely. Coach English again, just can't say enough good things about him. He has been mentored by some really good coaches in the business. He's a great human being himself. He's going to attract really good players. He's going to build great relationships with his team. They're well coached. I mean, they watched the shoot around today. Really a well coached team.
Yeah, I think
strong staff.
We mentioned this earlier too, with all of those teams from that DC area into Virginia being back in the same league. You got a lot of those natural rivalries back. That's good for everybody because of the atmosphere it creates.
Absolutely.
And kids want to go play, whether it's a 20,000 seat arena or a 3,000 seat arena. You want to go play where there's a lot of energy.
Absolutely.
And those natural rivals make that happen. There he is, Oduro. Beautiful spin move. He's stripped by Abdur Rahim out of foul. He'll shoot a pair. I like the move. He gets flowing one way and then cuts it back to his left.
He is crafty. He's good. Again, very interesting by Coach Cream. The first time he decided to give Bridges a break here into the half, 3 minutes into the half.
No
he goes
shot
very
on
small.
That one. George Mason was saying he was starting to go up.
Yes. He got a break there. Again, Etter's got to try to guard Oduro right now.
Boy, and Eder able to tip it. It goes off of Oduro's leg, and Oduro's thinking, I should have had at least 2 points on that trip a couple of times.
And the free throw something. Well, Georgia's got some mismatch. If they're going to decide to play man or even the zone, how they're going to handle Oduro with a small lineup.
Cook with the kick. Eder gets cut off by Oduro. Quindo with the drive. No basket. That foul on the floor. Now the officials will converse. Georgia's going to come back and win this game. Do the Dogs have to find a way to get Quindo going?
Obviously, he's got getting off of steals. George Mason's not turning the ball over.
Oh, so they're going to count the basket. How about that?
Woo, Coach English, nice. How'd that happen? Again, for Georgia to come back in, it's just a grind, but you got to get stopped. You got to build, 3 of the next 4 possessions, get stops. 3 of the next 4 possessions, get a high percentage of shots at your end. Again, and create some offense from your defense. Quindo, that's where he's excelled. The games that he's got going this year,
right.
He's gotten a hand in the lane, a deflection, a turnover, get down, get that dunk, get that fast break going.
He's that open floor player as Quindo converts an old-fashioned three-point play. Now all of a sudden, ticket gains. He got 3 fouls, all here within the first 4 minutes of this second half. Georgia back within 8. Cooper and the big man finishes. Josh Oduro now with 9 points, 7 rebounds.
Well, the assistant coaches at George Mason noticed right away that how small Georgia was going to be, and they're going to pound it in Oduro right now.
That was quick recognition. Cook with a drive, and Oduro with,
especially with Bridges out of the game.
So Oduro, Schwartz, Cooper, and Gaines. Sloan just mentioned all those players. They all average double digits, and that quartet, each and every one, as Cook gets in deep and feeds Bauman, and that 3 ball won't go. We got a foul underneath. Now this is going to be on George Mason, so Georgia will maintain possession. But all 4 of those players are capable of having that 20-point night.
They really are. He's got a first-year coach that has this much balance and so many different weapons. A lot of times you see first-year coaches in programs, they might have 1 guy, 2 guys who are trying to find those players, but he already has great balance. He's got some guys out of the transfer portal that he had from Tennessee or previous places Coach English has been, and relationships he had built other places. So he's put together a really nice basketball team.
Cook finds Eder. Bauman tried the back cut, and there's the push off. Excellent defense.
Yeah, Eder got received the hip check to draw the foul in there a minute ago, but that time on a little flip pass handoff, he threw the hip out there. Oduro's trying to guard him. That's for Oduro, he's been really disciplined so far, staying down.
One of Kim English's assistant coaches is former Georgia head coach Dennis Felton, who really knows his defense. Dennis Felton led Georgia to the 2008 SEC tournament title, a well-documented run that began in the Georgia Dome and finished at Alexander Memorial on Tech's campus.
Yeah, not too many coaches say they had to win a doubleheader to win a tournament.
Never will forget that one. Hartwell back into the lineup. Step back Schwartz, the southpaw, just short. Duro trying for the board. It goes to Georgia's Oquindo, and out of control. Oquindo will be whistled for the foul. That's what 2 as Oquindo picks up his 3rd. Again, he's so explosive, as Sloan mentioned earlier. He's that open floor player. That's a good job studying the scouting report as well.
Absolutely.
Just going back, and great job by Polite there.
This is probably the 7th or 8th time this season that George Mason's seen it on tape that he's done this, right? Charges in that open floor opportunity. Polite paid attention, the scouting report, was ready for it.
Cook comes up with a steal for Georgia. Good transition defense by Mason. Abdur Rahim's 3 ball won't go. Transition defense, that is a fundamental key to victory by the George Mason bench. As Oduro converts the old-fashioned 3-point play. He's got a dozen. 3 players in double figures. Here's Bridges. Foul. I believe they get Schwartz for this one. No?
George Mason's number 15.
Yeah, they do.
Sean Schwartz.
Schwartz with his second. And Bridges will step to the line. Georgia down 13. It's still a long time to go, but this is one of those spots, down double digits, the clock stopped. Georgia needs both of these.
They really do. Bridges has been, again, like you mentioned earlier, really worked on improving his free throw. Was really flat. He's getting up on his toes a little bit more this season. You can see the extension right there. He's got a good stroke. He's got a good backspin. Just getting elevation, getting arc on the shot.
Well, you're a terrific player and coach. What's the first one? You always want to finish with your hand through the basket.
Absolutely. Put your hand in the cookie jar. That's right.
Braylon Bridges, what a season he's having. A transfer from Illinois, Chicago, a native of Atlanta. And he has really helped show the way for these Bulldogs this season. That one rattles out. Johnson has the rebound. So Georgia down a dozen as Hartwell goes to Cooper. The screen and roll. Oduro, great fake on the three, and Schwartz with a finger roll finish.
Yeah, another example. Oduro drawing two guys. Unselfish pump fake. Beautiful pass inside. Schwartz, what a big night for him. 18 points already.
Sean Schwartz out of Colorado Springs. 14-point lead for George Mason. Excellent defense by Xavier Johnson. Abdur-Rahim stumbles and travels. I think some frustration setting in for Georgia now.
They really are. Again, don't force the action. Again, Abdur-Rahim's a sophomore, but again, right there, stay composed, stay disciplined. They wanted to get the ball into Braylon Bridges again. Just didn't work. Just overextended himself right there. Again, right thought process. Just got to execute and just slow down a little bit.
So this is Georgia's first game since the Bulldogs defeated Jacksonville on the 7th of December. 3 games in 5 days. As we said, that schedule really compacted and compressed in. Nice move on the drive from Cooper. A little miscommunication there. Johnson turns it over. And both of these teams have done a good job valuing the basketball. That's just George Mason's 5th turnover. Georgia has 9. The problem for the Bulldogs, those turnovers have really mounted here in the second half.
They really have for them, taking away lost possessions there. You're trying to come back into a game where you're down double digits. Every possession is so critical here to get high percentage shots.
So Georgia had 4 turnovers in the first half, 5 so far here in the second, not quite 7 minutes in. Enter with a nice pass to Original. Abdur-Rahim feels like he's always in range, but misses. There he is again, Oduro. What a night. Hartwell with a nice move, cutting in. Oduro with the pick and roll. He'll launch the 3. No good. Abdur-Rahim up high to get the board. With no Ingram, is Georgia going to have to ask Abdur-Rahim? He's one of those taller perimeter players to rebound a little bit more defensively.
Yeah, and he's making that effort too. I will agree. He had some box out issues early in the season. He's been doing a much better job. There's been a point of emphasis from the coaching staff.
Original with a 3. And that is his second 3-point.
They're playing small lineup to just extend the defense, start pressing, run and jump, and just stir it up, right? Try to get George Mason out of their comfort zone, force some turnovers. Got one there on a double team. So these are things they got to do to try to get back and cut this lead.
Christian Wright, the freshman, guarded by Jamal Hartwell, 5'10" senior from Inglewood, California, home of the Fabulous Four. Abdur-Rahim back to Wright. Original just hit a 3. He'll fire from 18 and miss that one. Offensive rebound by Bridges. Bridges and Oduro. Good kick. Abdur-Rahim for 3. Georgia needs it, and he delivers. Boy, a couple of times when Georgia looked like that deficit might be getting a little too big, the Dogs have come back with back-to-back 3-point field goals. Bauman in the first half, and now Abdur-Rahim.
Yeah, good job by Bridges that time. Got the offensive rebound, didn't have the quick stick back. Kicked it out for that 3.
Excellent pass from Oduro, and the answer averages over 18 points. It's been his rebounding and the 4 block shots that have been so critical tonight.
And his presence just opened up the game for Cooper and Schwartz, having big nights.
Right with a nifty move and finish. And this game's been between 8 and 12 points here. for the last, 20 minutes from the second half of the first half to the first half of the second half. And there's Oduro with a two-handed slam.
What a move, boy. Quick step. Bridges right there. Bridges had no chance. Stand up a little bit too straight.
Lightning down the baseline.
Every time Georgia gets it down to 8 points, but George Mason just answers.
Original looking for his second three. It's good. And then George Mason saying, well, every time we get these guys on the ropes, they have the answer.
They keep getting it to 8. Original, again, good to see him hitting some threes. He's got to a really slow start this season. But you watch highlight tapes of him from junior college, he hit three-point shots. So it's good to see him hit those two tonight.
Johnson with a drive. Oduro against Bauman. Now doubled with Bridges. Nifty move towards the middle. He is some kind of player.
Well, George Mason guys know who you get the ball to, right? You're protecting that lead. You go to your stud. He's hot.
As Oquendo drives into traffic amongst the trees. And Georgia can't get the second chance look to go. And this is going to be a blocking foul on Christian Wright. Hey, this is one of these, you're seeing it every time from George Mason, as Slon just mentioned. You get the ball in Oduro's hands every time down the floor.
Again, really quick spin move right there. Bridges didn't see it coming, wasn't anticipating it. Oduro was just so savvy, so solid down there.
Two 30-point games, went for 32 against Navy. And he's one of those guys, George Mason, if they're in the NCAA tournament as, say, a 12 and you're playing a 5, and all of a sudden, I always think back to North Carolina fans of Cridge, Harold Arsenault from
That's
Weber
right.
State when he hung 34
Who? Yeah,
on the Tar Heels.
Went off on him. That's
and
right.
they're just guys like that. And Josh Oduro is one of those type guys. He can play against anybody on any night and more than hold his own. Very patient in the post as well. Georgia might have gotten away with a foul there. Looks like McMillan extended the arms a bit. Cook with a nice move and a steal from McMillan. That's a great screen to set up Cook.
Great job by Cook. And really, again, slow down. Just took it slow, read the defense, then exploded on him. Again, they got it down to 8 points again. Both teams are in the 1-and-1.
And the first half was just filled with runs on both sides. The second half, haven't seen either team get more than 2 straight baskets. And there's another answer. And the little guy, Hartwell, off the bench with his second three.
He's had 2 big ones, boy, when they needed them.
Original with the drive off the side of the backboard. A very wise play there by Johnson. Slow it down. The trailer, secondary transition. Hartwell misses this one. Original to the boards. So George Mason with an 11-point lead. Oquendo's three won't go. Eder with the hustle board and hangs and falls.
Great job by Jackson Eder, like you said. What an effort. Knew his shot may come off that backside, boy. He just sprinted to the boards, wasn't boxed out. Stayed in rhythm, got that shot off the stick back before any help could come.
Hartwell to Cooper. Johnson out high. You know where they're going. The head fake. This one won't go, and Eder to the boards. Now Georgia could cut it to 7 with a 2. Eder. Good drive. That shot is partially blocked, and the rebound. George Mason. That's Schwartz on the boards. 7.5 to go. George Mason with the ball and a 9-point lead here in Athens.
Well, they missed Cooper the first 10 seconds of that possession. He was wide open in the corner.
12 to shoot.
Or Johnson was, I'm sorry, Johnson.
Georgia with Eder on Oduro, drives and is 4 for 4 from the line, make it 5 for 5. 17 points, 8 rebounds, 5 block shots, 2 assists. The late, great Dr. Jack Ramsey used to call that a stat sheet stuffer.
Yes, it is.
He is having a night here in Athens. And Oduro now with 18. The scores, they're going to get to their number. He
That's
averages
right.
18 and change.
Absolutely.
Eder, Cook, Original for 3, misses. So possession and an 11-point lead for George Mason, 66-55. Polite, his first action. And 2 baskets in the first half. Cooper's 3 won't go. Original to Cook. Big question now for George Mason. Can the Patriots close this out and finish Georgia? Oquendo, nice move to get it down to 9.
Here's what Coach English has got to learn about his team, right? They've been in this situation. They've had 3 to 4 games that have come down to the last possession of the game. I don't know the history of each one, where they had leads evaporated or if they fought back, but tonight they do have the lead. Can they close this game out in the last 6 minutes, protect this 9-point lead?
If Georgia can come back and win, be the Bulldogs' largest comeback of the year. Oduro goes left, can't finish with the right hand. Original with the Georgia rebound. You get a feeling if the Dogs are going to win this game, Georgia's got to make its move right here. Ty McMillan back it in, and the foul on the floor. And I believe this is on Gaines.
Yeah, he tried to get over in help position, rotate like he's supposed to, and cut Ederman in a hard basket cut. Gets a little collision in the lane, right call, so get a chance to go 1-and-1 right here.
Big free throws coming here for Georgia. 1 plus the bonus. Jackson enters 71.4% from the line. Bauman returning to the Georgia lineup. Gaines will sit with the 4 fouls. Probably see him come back in after the under 4 media timeout. They get a chance for Georgia to get this to 7 with the clock stopped.
That's right. And Bridges back in the game. It gives them that inside threat, opens up the spacing on the perimeter.
Jackson Etter now with 8 points. He averages 4.4. He's an all-state performer at Etowah High School out of Woodstock.
I like the combination of putting Bauman back in with Bridges. Again, gets you that inside out. Bauman's hit 3 threes tonight. A little spacing action. Bridges will find him. If he draws a double team. And a really good coaching move by Georgia right there.
Right in for Etter, and Georgia's within 7. And here comes the pressure that you talked about.
You got to do something to try to stir it up. Force turnovers, get them out of their rhythm.
Johnson as Georgia switches. Cooper with the drive. Excellent post defense from Bridges. The lefty Schwartz misses the 3, and Georgia can cut it to 5 with a 2. Cook, nice crossover. The veteran gets in deep and loses control. Schwartz with a huge steal.
Yeah, I haven't heard a lot from Schwartz here lately, and he missed that wide open 3 right there.
And Johnson draws the foul. That was a great defensive play.
Schwartz, man, really get the hand in there, quick hands, got the steal. Johnson recognized, again, a great way to protect your lead is attack that rim under control like he did. Draw the foul with that high percentage shot.
Xavier Johnson to shoot a pair here. 5 minutes, 20 seconds to play.
He's a little line a lot this season, but he's a 75% shooter.
Short. Johnson hasn't scored. 18 for both Oduro and Schwartz, and Gaines with 13. Cooper has 7, Hartwell with 6. Gets the second. Johnson's first point. The lead is 8.
Look for a little 2-man game here. Try to get a drop in pass to Bridges. Try to get Bauman spaced out.
Cook inside the arc. Right into traffic. Oduro, excellent defense, draws the charge. Tom Creed not happy with the call. The freshman whistled for his second.
And that's where Wright's got to see that that's not the right play right there. You got it. Bridges had Oduro on his backside. You got the ball outside the 3-point line. Draw your defender to you. Drop it into Bridges. Trying to drive in there, create something out of nothing. Got him a charge.
Oduro popping out high, just draws so much attention. He's also very patient. Johnson off the screen. Cooper with the drive. Johnson, good fake. A little too good as he travels. So Georgia down 8. Got a little window here for the Bulldogs.
And one thing the Bulldogs do, they play hard. And right there, you can see a great sign at last defense possession. Great effort, great closeouts. They were doing everything they could to get a stop, and they got it. So they can capitalize on it this possession.
Kim English down to the defensive stance. And to push his team through as we head towards the home stretch. Here's Bridges, excellent pass, right, no good, but he'll shoot two. And this foul will go on Ronald Polite.
That's good for Georgia, right there. Bridges, last possession before when Wright charged, Bridges needed to get a touch. Didn't happen. That time they were disciplined enough. They didn't force anything. Good things are going to happen for them if they get Bridges a touch, either off a pass or him a one-on-one move right there. Again, great cut by Wright to the hoop right there, and Bridges found him.
Wright hits the first. He's got a bright future. The freshman from Alpharetta, 5 points tonight. At 17 against Memphis. Georgia within 7. Front iron, backboard, bottom. Georgia's within 6.
2 to 3 possessions. Let's get some stops.
No doubt. First time Georgia's been as close as 6 since the final minute of the first half.
The 2-3 zone.
The three is good from Schwartz.
Oh, it'd been a long time to see a 3, Jeff. He was money right there. What a big 3 for George Mason.
Might take some wind out of Georgia's sails as Oquendo misfires and Oduro to the boards. Zeroing in on a double-double. Another 3 ball is good, and George Mason goes from being up 6 to up a dozen. Cooper's got 10. Wow, explosive. Cook with a drive in deep. Georgia's starting to run out of time. Oquendo. The feed to.
That's right, his first year. A lot of these guys haven't played with each other before. They're learning how to win, how to close out games.
Bridges hits the first. He's got 10 points, 6 rebounds.
Braylon Bridges, he needs a double XL T shirt. His shirt is always out.
Untucked. Knocks down the second. Again, the Dogs hanging around. Those back-to-back threes, you think, well, that took all the wind out of Georgia's sails. But as Coach Sloniker said earlier, these guys, they fight.
They do. They play hard. They fight hard.
Oduro against Bridges won't go, and a foul. Bridges is saying he got hooked on the play. The bump there, that'll be his 3rd.
That's about the 3rd or 4th time George Mason from that pick-to-picker action for Oduro in the lane. It really puts a lot of pressure that time. They're trying to get a switch right there, get a mismatch. Bridges fought through, really tough that time. But Oduro just had the angle, beautiful post-entry pass. Again, Bridges has been a long time before he got that 3rd foul. George Mason sure was trying to get it.
There's a missed free throw. First one of the night for Oduro. He's now 6 of 7. 18 points, 6 of 12 from the floor, 9 rebounds, 5 block shots, 2 assists. A sensational performance. The 6'9" junior out of Gainesville, Virginia. Oh, he missed them both. What a break for Georgia. So the Dogs hit 2 free throws. The Patriots missed 2 foul shots. Down 10 with just over 3 to play.
At Cincinnati, Georgia the same thing here. They fought back. Cincinnati missed some free throws. They kept fighting, got back in the game.
And Oquendo stripped and fouled. Say no shot. That was on the floor. But double bonus either way, so it doesn't really matter. Oduro with his 2nd.
Again, good strategy. I'm sorry, Jeff. Yeah, good strategy by George right there. Attack the rim quick. Only 10 seconds went off the shot clock or the game clock after the missed free throws by Oduro. So again, stop the clock, get an opportunity to get 2 free throws. Quindo's been not a good free throw shooter this season.
Well, and I'm sure Coach Kim English is saying, all right, 2 of the 3 things. Make free throws, protect the ball, don't foul. Well, they missed 2 free throws and they fouled.
Right, that's right. So people come back on you in a hurry. But Quindo's got too nice a shot not to be a better free throw shooter. He has not gotten it going yet this season.
Hits the 2nd, and Georgia's within 9. Comfortably in the double bonus, and there's a turnover. Little daylight for Georgia. Christian Wright, the freshman, blocked from behind. Oduro with a defensive play of the night. That's his 6th block shot.
Wow, he ran him down. LeBron James this right there. What a play.
Incredible. Georgia had a chance to cut it to 7. Now George Mason's got the ball back up by 9. Under 10 to shoot. Johnson with the dribble drive, and he gets fouled. Great possession there by George Mason. Patriots take 25 seconds off the clock, and they'll go to the line.
You couldn't have scripted any better when you're protecting that lead right there.
So Christian Wright picks up his third. Tremendous play. Sloan, how about this closing speed?
Man, he didn't have to, right? He didn't have to sprint the floor and make that play, but he went the extra mile, help his teammates after that turnover. You figure he was in that low to mid-up post at the other end of the court when the turnover happened. Dead sprint down there to make that play. That's what winners do. That's what champions do. Outstanding play by Oduro.
Say new career high for him in block shots. He had 4 last season at Fordham. Season high 3 against Morgan State. So he had 13 blocks coming in. He's gotten right at half that with 6 tonight.
It's one more rebound for a double-double, right?
Yes, sir.
Only 1 out of 2 free throws there.
The lead is 10. Georgia got to have a sense of urgency. Excellent screen by Bridges. Right open for 3. It won't go. And nearing the desperate hour here for Georgia. 2 minutes to go. George Mason with the ball, a 10-point lead. Tom Crean going to get Jackson Etter, who's an excellent 3-point shooter, up. Under 2 minutes to play. Oduro against Bridges. Been a great matchup. Foul line jumper short. Christian Wright. Cook open for 3. Georgia needs this. In and out. And a foul on the floor. Georgia will get free throws out of this. I believe Oduro picks up his third. I think Oduro be a little bit tired right now.
He looks right there. I'm surprised he shot the jump shot right there.
Yeah.
They've been disciplined. He has still have more time on the shot clock.
He did, as Sloan said, dig deep to run the floor and get that block shot. So here's Bridges, chance to cut it to 8 with 100 seconds to go, and that clock stopped. Wish. Bridges with a dozen. So Abdur Rahim and Bauman, who are both good 3-point shooters, go out. We could be seeing an offense-defense
absolutely
substitution deal.
Yeah, Georgia's got a press, full court press. Cook's been doing a good job harassing. He's been so close to getting a pick at half court. He might get one on the crossover dribble. We'll see.
So he gets them both, and it's 74-66. Inbounds to Johnson. Georgia with the pressure, trying not to foul yet. Gaines out high. Davon Cooper with a screen from Oduro. Gaines. Oduro. Yeah, they got the switch and the mismatch, and the big man finishes. He's got 20. Well played by the Patriots. Right back quickly for Georgia. A block and a foul. So free throws coming. Right hit on the shoulder. Gaines is fouled out. 6th 20-point game for Oduro this year. And this might be his finest all-around game when you look at the 9 rebounds and the 6 block shots and just the attention that he draws, how it sets up their perimeter game.
It really does. He's just the anchor for that team. Again, what a outstanding player. I know he had a big game against Maryland and they're upset there. Got an a Big Ten team, I'm sorry. Big Ten team and an SEC team potentially now. We'll see how they close it out. They missed 3 of their last 4 free throws. So George Mason's got to be really disciplined here.
Christian Wright's free throw is good. And by the way, with all the conference maneuvering, the one that still trips me up the most is that Maryland is not in the ACC. They're in the Big Ten.
I do it all the time. Those rivalries they had, boy.
Oh, man. On Tobacco Road.
Yep.
Great Maryland-Virginia games. No good. There's your double-double.
Yep.
Not just a double-double, but a 20-10. Those are sweet. Inverted score, 76-67. Etter nearly with the steal. And there's a foul by Wright. That is his 4. So Gaines fouled out with 13 points, and it was Ticket Gaines who got George Mason going in the first half.
Absolutely. He had a little flurry to start the second half as well, but really good night for him. He and Schwartz had big first halves. Really got the Mason Patriots going tonight. Johnson's, guy is not looking for scoring a lot. He runs his team. He's a leader. He's going to get the ball where it's supposed to be, working the door. But he's got to be, if he's going to be on the court as their point guard, he's got to make free throws to win basketball games because he's going to have it in his hands. So he's got to get his free throw percentage up. Got a good stroke right here. He needs these for confidence down the stretch.
Got to have your point guard good at the foul line. George Mason leads by 11. Georgia needs a flurry of threes. Original Abdur Rahim. The fadeaway three won't go, and George Mason has the Bulldogs 5.5 feet under. Original with the personal. Give George Mason credit. They came out that early run led by Ticket Gauge. They grabbed control of this game early. Got up by as many as 16. Georgia got it down to 6, but they've done a terrific job keeping the Bulldog at arm's length throughout the night.
They have answered. Every time Georgia's made a run, done some things. George Mason really well coached, knew what they had to do. They knew Oduro needed touches. When things were going, the jump shots started missing a little bit in the second half. Getting him the ball again, really just an outstanding game. Really well coached job by the coaching staff, Coach Ingles especially, George Mason. Again, it's surprising to see with a new team this early in the season, to see them as disciplined and an understanding of what it takes and what they need to do on critical possessions in the game.
Well, these Patriots are going to be a factor in the Atlantic 10 this year. They've got so many scoring options. Jackson Etter from the parking lot, no good. Oduro with his 11th rebound. Let's see if Georgia even fouls here. The Bulldogs are not going to foul. So George Mason going to get a chance to dribble this one out. There's actually a 1 second differential, but a very impressive performance. And it's been Oduro, Schwartz, Cooper, and Gaines showing the way. And Josh Oduro in particular, as he holds it. 20 points, 6 block shots, and 11 rebounds. Cooper short on that one. Original with a rebound. 1 second to go. He'll launch a three.